YouTube, Pallav here, and today we have the new Xiaomi Redmi 4. This is Xiaomi's latest entry-level phone. We already did an unboxing of this one and had a first look. You can check that video out. That's a separate video. In this particular video, we're gonna do a full review and we're gonna tell you about the performance, the camera test, and at last we'll try to tell you whether this device actually deserves your time and money. So some of the quick specs: you see a dual SIM, dual standby, and then you have a 435 Snapdragon 435 octa-core chipset. It's a very entry-level chipset, mind you. 13MP plus 5MP cameras, 4100 mAh battery. That's got to be one of the USPs of the device. But 5-inch HD display, nice, good to hold display, and you also have a fingerprint sensor. It comes in three variants: 2GB, 16GB, 3GB, 32GB, and 4GB, 64GB. We have the 3GB, 32GB version. This one costs 8,999. It starts with 6,999 and ends at 10,999. That's the phone. You see what else inside the box. You have the quick start guide here, and then you have the warranty card and some of those service center detail. You have the SIM tray opener tool, the round pin 2A wall charger, and the micro USB cable here. You do not have any earphones in the box. So that's the new Redmi 4. We have the black version. You also get a gold version. You see it has a matte finish back. It's an all metal body and looks much more premium than the Redmi 3 or even the Redmi 3. It's kind of, you can call it a smaller brother in terms of design of the Redmi Note 4. However, despite of being a matte finish, it attracts a lot of fingerprints there, and as well the front as well. So you have the 5-inch screen, HD resolution on top. You have the front camera, the earpiece, and then your shortcut key is gonna be here. Here you have a dual hybrid SIM card arrangement. When you open the SIM, you can see you can either have two SIMs or you can have one SIM and the micro SD card. You cannot have two SIMs plus micro SD card arrangement. On the right side you have the metal power button and the volume rocker. They give very nice tactile feedback. Here the sound. And then you have 3.5mm jack, the IR blaster. Xiaomi is one of those you can say rare companies that still are continuing with this IR blaster, so you can have this device as an universal remote as well. You have a noise cancelling mic over there. Below you have the micro USB port, and then speakers. Only one of them is speaker. Both the holes are just for the design. On the back you have the 13MP camera, the fingerprint sensor, and then an LED flash. Overall, quite a radio friendly device. It fits nicely into head, does not slip off your hand, mainly due to that small size, but very modest spec sheet. That's the 5-inch HD display. It's relatively crisp and decent sharp. Not a great viewing angle though, you can see there, but overall the icons and all look good. The UI looks good. It's a MIUI. MIUI always been very you can see eye candy. Let's go to the settings and check out some of the settings. In about phone, you can see it runs on Android 6.0. You can go here and some of the additional settings over there, headphone and audio effects and whatnot. And then in storage, this is the 32GB version. You get roughly just under 26GB. Yeah, and what else? I think we'll get the memory somewhere here. To check out the memory, you have to go here and you see one. We'll just clean all the apps, and now you see 1.9GB of 3GB available, which is very good RAM management, I would say. Let's check out some of the apps. These 4 apps are ours, testing apps, but you would get all this. So you get the typical Google Android app, many Xiaomi in-house apps, lot of apps actually, and those as well, more apps, those third-party apps. But can you uninstall third-party ones? Yeah, you can actually go ahead and uninstall the third-party ones, which is a good thing. Yeah, both Flipkart, you have Amazon Kindle as well, and the UI feels smooth for most part. Does not have much lag, but it starts lagging even if you have like 2 or 3 apps in the background. The chipset is not very powerful. There is something, that's the notification bar. and then that's how it goes. And you need, that's how you customize your home screen. Let's check out the camera. By the way, it's a 13MP camera and it's quite fast. You see, acquires focus fast, and then the burst mode, you can start shooting there. You cannot take stills, by the way. You can pause during the video, and that's the front camera, which looks quite decent. It has good amount of detail, and you see, does not lag at all during video. When in still, it's a wider field of view, and it tells me a 30 male, which is not very far from 2, but yeah, okay. You can also go and do some of those pro modes and stuff, more like beauty mode and all, slim, then audio, timer, and then some of the settings. The back, you can just, you can go to mode, sorry, here, and then some of the shooting modes over there. You can go to the main settings here. We can, change your aspect ratio and picture quality, So we checked out the image and video quality. They are average, to say the least. The photos have decent detail under enough light, but the moment you start clicking pictures in low light, a lot of noise creeps in. The front camera is again decent. I would say both the cameras are very good for this price point, specifically if you're buying the 2GB 16GB version, but they are nothing much to write home about. There's nothing special. I would never use them as primary cameras. However, the 13MP camera under enough light gives you very, very good detail that probably can even compete with a device of about 12 to 13K, but under enough light only. I like the bass output of the speaker. It's not very loud, but then it checks that loudness to give you the proper amount of bass and treble. Otherwise, because of the very small speakers inside these phones, if you make them too loud, then they might start to crackle. So it maintains the good quality. I would say decent speaker output, but not very loud. You can always go ahead and increase the brightness, by the way. So good surround sounds, good 3D sound, and the vocal is not digitally enhanced. It sounds quite natural. And a good thing is that out of these two speakers, only this one is a speaker, not this one. So when you naturally hold in a landscape position, you only cover this part and do not cover the speaker over here. Good. We did some benchmark testing, and it scores almost all tests. It scores much below average thanks to that entry-level chipset, but that was expected at this price point. So Antutu 42495, and then you have Geekbench 4 scores. Some of those you start having 3D Mark score, and then Basemark X 7606. And then Basemark OS 2 865. Let's see some of the best scores there. Basemark OS 3. ES 3.1, sorry, 102, and then you get maximum score of 279 and all. And that's the biggest strength of this phone: 11 hours 6 minutes of screen on time in PCMark. That's an incredible score. 11, and that's mainly to do with the HD screen, the smaller screen, and that 4100 mAh battery. So when you're carrying this one in travel, you probably do not even need to carry a power bank, because this one will easily get you through at least 2 days. In 2 days, very easily of moderate usage. Brilliant battery life, and that's gonna be the biggest plus point of the Redmi 4. We played some game as well on this device, some very demanding game like Godfire and Modern Combat 5 and NFS No Limit. This guy could play them not without legs at times, but there have never been any discomfort. We could play all of this. There have been some skipping of frames here and there, but most of the time it was fine. So then guys, that was the full review of the Redmi 4, and some of the pros of this device is that it looks and build quality at this price point. It's very hard to get a device with this solid build. 5-inch device, although at the same time it's a smaller screen, but it fits nicely into hand, and that's a really important thing. And then the battery, 4100 mAh battery, over 11 hours of screen on time, so that will take you at least 2 days of moderate to heavy usage easily. Plus the audio quality also decent. Now some of the cons would be mainly the camera. For the price point it's good, but as a primary camera it's probably still not up to the mark. And yeah, apart from that, I think more or less the processor also is not very powerful. You know, you could see our benchmark scores. Even when you have a few apps in the background, it starts to lag just a tad bit. Apart from those two, this one is a very solid device, and like the Redmi 3 and the Redmi 3S, I think this phone still reigns this particular category, and it's the best device. I think still the best device under 8K in India. If you like this video, please hit the like button, ask anything related to this, and we'll try to answer them all. Please subscribe to our channel and share this video, and do not forget to hit that bell button so that you get the notifications whenever we publish new reviews. Thank you.